Notice on your own crime map, for example, the most common crime in the downtown area is theft from a vehicle. You go to other segments of the state, the most common crime is assault with a deadly weapon. So are those areas going to be thinned out in order to provide extra cops downtown?
Actually, I appreciate that opportunity to talk about larcenies to car cloudings. It's not happening just in downtown, but it's a crime that's happening throughout the metropolitan area, many metropolitan areas. And I have to, before I even answer that, I have to take this opportunity to say, you know, it's a preventable crime in many cases. You know, people who leave their laptops and their cell phones and all those things within plain view of someone in their car. But really of importance to us is the number of people who leave firearms in their vehicles. And those firearms end up in the wrong hands. So we would ask people to place those items in a secure place. If you're going to have firearms, be a responsible firearm owner and have a lockbox or some sort of security device to put that weapon in. Police department, we sell those lockboxes for cost, and they're very effective. To get to your question, no, we're not diverting any officers from anywhere else in the city to come down here on duty. This will be manned by the 4th District and the bikes. The secondary officers are just that. They're off-duty officers who will be working down in the area. They will be from funding that's provided by the partnership.
Mr. Mayor, if you wouldn't mind, a question for you. Why do you think an announcement like this is necessary? I mean, do you think there is, number one, a perception out there that downtown can be dangerous and it needs to be corrected? Or number two, were there any specific incidents occurring downtown that led you guys to make this announcement?
No, well, first of all, there's what we know is there are a lot of people coming downtown and they're enjoying themselves. And we know historically that on occasion where there are large crowds, particularly on where there's near where there are nightclubs, where there's large crowds coming in, very few people could create an incident and create a problem. So what we wanted to do is just first of all let people know that if you're coming downtown, we have a plan together, a partnership with the Downtown Partnership and the St. Louis Police Department and city government. That is going to make downtown a safer place. It's going to, not only are we committing the resources, but the police are actually going to be exercising a level of discretion in terms of things that they can do to avoid a problem from happening. For example, if there is a street that's particularly crowded and there's motorcycles flying up and down, well, what they could do is either restrict the motorcycle traffic in certain areas or even close the street down from vehicle traffic so that we don't have that interaction between the crowds and the automobiles and the loud noise, which could create some issues. The other thing they can do is, we have outdoor cafes in downtown, and if it gets to a point where they feel like they need to shut down the outdoor cafes in order to make it safer, so it's easier flow of people. There's things that they can do from a discretionary standpoint for the public safety and enforcement of the ordinances. So we just want people to know that we realize that downtown is becoming more and more popular. We know that summer's a time, and we've seen this, over in the Loop and other places where if there are large crowds, sometimes there could be issues happening. We want to do everything we can to avoid any problems and to let people know that we're going to be ready.